Hello and welcome to episode 27 of the Catching the Facts podcast here on the Catching the Facts official podcast network. I'm your host, Dan Sisk.
And I'm Schroeder.
And guys, we have a couple stories to go over this week. Not a lot of news, but the news that we have is really, really interesting, I feel, and worthy of a lot of right discussion, which I'm sure will have varying degrees of opinions, within our audience. So I think we're going to get a lot of interesting takes here. Eric, you ready to get started?
I'm ready to go.
Okay, guys, we're going to start with the two easy ones that are not as research intensive. First off, Kirk Cousins has signed with the Las Vegas Raiders. It is a 5-year, $172 million deal that, with when you really boil it down and get through all the brass tacks of it all, it'll be a 1-year, fully guaranteed $20 million deal. I believe that the how the money and years factor out has to do with the Falcons contract. That's kind of how the official contract came into place. But it's basically a 1-year, $20 million deal. Eric, I think it's safe to call Kirk Cousins the eternal bag securer. This man's agent
Honestly,
is just
whoever.
God.
Yeah, honestly, man, whoever his agent is, get him on the phone with us.
Seriously, like
He could probably get us a deal.
He could get us a deal. You're right. I mean, his agent's amazing. Look, we've said it before with Kirk Cousins. We'll say it again. The guy is a respectable, solid quarterback when healthy. He's never going to get you over the hump. It's just not who he is. He doesn't have the it factor, but he's a hell of a leader. He always has been. The teams that he's on, they all of his teammates always respect him. I think this is a really good move. I like this move a lot. Look, he's obviously not going to be starting unless Mendoza completely implodes, which I don't see happening. But it's very important to have a veteran presence to teach Mendoza the ropes, and I think Cousins is a great choice for Mendoza. They have very similar playing styles. Mendoza uses his legs a little more than Cousins ever did in Cousins' prime, but they're similar QBs, right? Similar arm strength, etc. So I think this is a very good fit with Mendoza. I think Mendoza is going to learn a lot from Cousins. And again, I think Cousins has the respect of the locker room. So I like this move by the Raiders, knowing that he's not going to be the starter. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. I mean, might as well bring him in for a year. He got a bag, like you said, but which I don't. It's like that's the thing though. He's getting that bag, but he's just going to be sitting behind a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
So I mean, is the deal really worth it? In that aspect, but I feel like if you're not paying him that much, he's not going to come.
Exactly.
He said he wanted to play with Clint Kubiak. That's what drew him to Vegas. So I mean, but he's not going to play.
No, you won't.
He's not going to play. He's just going to maybe talk to him and see him in practice every once in a while.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, this is great for the Raiders though, just to get him because Geno Smith was good. He just didn't have enough experience being good for long enough, I feel like. Kirk Cousins has that experience, man. He's played in a lot of high-intense situations and led some great teams. So I'm excited to see what he could possibly mentor-wise for Fernando Mendoza. So, I mean, I'm excited for it. He's not going to suit up. Maybe he will, but, I mean, it's a long shot because Fernando Mendoza is going to be the number one pick. He's going to he's going to be the starting quarterback. But for now, Kirk Cousins is the number one quarterback on the depth chart. So I guess we'll see until he gets drafted. But I mean, he's not going to play like you said unless Mendoza gets hurt or he just completely implodes to the NFL game, which I don't think he's going to. He's going to be good. So
Agreed.
Yeah, overall, good signing for the Raiders. Good for Kirk Cousins. Great for Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Somehow he keeps getting away with this.
They can't keep getting away with it. I mean, in reality, Eric, is $20 million a lot for a backup? Damn straight. But I think you're right. He wouldn't have gone to Vegas if they didn't give him that money. And it's 1 year. This isn't a long-term deal. There is a club option for 2 years at 80. I'd be shocked if the team took that option. I think they just gave him that option again to woo him into coming. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised if he entered free agency and then they re-sign him to a new 1 year, $20 million deal. That stuff happens all the time in the NFL. So I don't really take a lot of stock in the club options. I view this as really just a 1 year thing. And again, I think he's a very good fit with Mendoza, and I see that being I see him being a great resource for Mendoza. So I like the deal. You can argue they overpaid him, but since it's 1 year, I'm not gonna huff and puff. You know,
No,
it's
yeah, me neither. Yep.
so
Yeah, you're just overpaying them for a year. It's not that and they have the money, so might as
they
well.
do. You're right. They do have this the space. So yeah, I like it. I like it. Not obviously not a game changer move, but it's good for Mendoza. Good for Mendoza's development for sure. That's all I have on that story. What about you?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, guys, moving on. We don't cover stories like this, but we really wanted to talk about this. So Stephon Gilmore has retired. Guys, he was the best corner back on the Patriots, during the Patriots dynasty. Um, People forget that he wasn't drafted. I always forget, Eric, that the Bills drafted him. I remember right when I was getting into football, I remember seeing him play in college, and I remember him really, really being good. But I never really saw him being like the game changer that he would go on to, that he would become. I never saw him being the defensive player of the year, which he would win. I never saw him making so many clutch plays for the Patriots. I mean, I still remember his performance against Jared Goff in Super Bowl was that 53 where I mean he intercepted the one ball in the end zone. He batted a couple balls away. I mean his performance in that game was otherworldly. And that game kind of just sticks in my head as the definitive Stephon Gilmore game. As a Patriots fan, I couldn't stand the guy, but you got to give credit where credit is due, and you got to give respect where respect has been earned. And he's one of the best cornerbacks, certainly of this generation. If you don't want to argue one of the best ever, I mean, I get it, but certainly in my lifetime, he was one of the most effective at the position. And this does suck a little bit to see such a legend go, but he had been ineffective recently, and age was starting to get to him. So it is what it is. But congratulations to Stephon Gilmore. He I obviously wish him the best in retirement. He'll probably get a TV gig somewhere, and I bet you he'll be a hell of a analyst. He's going to be so good at that job. And I can guarantee you, Eric, that when I watch his little spots on whatever network he's on, I'm going to learn something. And that's obviously the sign of a good analyst, and I really think he'll be a good one. So congratulations to Stephon. I wish him all the best. And yeah, definitely a legend.
Yeah, completely agree. You do forget that he was kind of drafted by Buffalo just because of what he did for that New England Patriots team.
Yeah.
I mean, he was with Buffalo for, what, 5 years or so. So, I mean, and
Everyone.
he was like he wasn't being quiet either. I mean, he was doing stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, just such a great career he had. Like you said, easily one of the best. In our kind of generation of growing up football, watching him.
Yeah.
So it sucks to see him go, but he was, like you said, he was getting a little old. He was getting up there. He was 34.
Yeah.
And he was with Minnesota, which I didn't even know he was on Minnesota.
Yeah.
So
And
that
then
kind
again.
of proves
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
what he it kind of proves like what he did. It wasn't too much, but I mean, overall, great career.
Yeah, and he hadn't done much with Carolina. I mean, you could tell that he
No,
was.
no, yeah.
You could tell he was starting to fade
Dallas, I
away.
mean,
But
yeah.
yeah, doesn't change the fact that he's definitely a Hall of Famer, and
No,
again
yeah,
has
1000%.
has secured his legacy with regards to football. So yeah, hell of a career. It'll be a shame to see him go, despite the fade off the last few years.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that's just what happens. I mean that's football at the end of your career. So
Yeah.
yeah, good
Yep.
for him though. Great career.
Agreed.
Wish him all the best.
Agreed. Okay, guys, moving on to the next story. This is a big one. The NFL and the NFL Referees Association, as I'm sure you have probably heard, are currently negotiating a new collective bargaining agreement. The current one expires either May 30th or May 31st. I want to say the 31st off the top of my head. Guys, the NFL does not learn. We all remember in 2011 when replacement refs had to enter for the 2012 season. And they were atrocious. The replacement refs, I mean, they all came in from the collegiate level. In some cases, they were D2 refs, people, in an NFL game. All of them were inexperienced. The NFL has announced that they want to do that again. They want to bring in replacement refs so that they don't have to delay a season by any, with any semblance of timing. And it's just gotten really, really ugly. My understanding, Eric, is that the talks have been very sparse. So the Roger Goodell isn't even really negotiating in a lot of good faith because he hasn't really communicated with the Referees Association that much. The NFL has offered the referees a raise. Each ref would be earning about a little over $400,000 a year. But clearly, I think my interpretation of this, Eric, and you can feel free to disagree. I feel the refs realize that all the fans want their heads on pikes, considering how bad they've been the last few years. And they're really nervous about kind of wading into that pool again, which is why I feel they're really asking for the moon in these negotiations. And the NFL
Yeah.
isn't budging. So I get it, but at the same time, this replacement ref plan, the NFL announced this last week, and I almost spit out my lunch. I mean, I was just disgusted because again, it went so poorly last time, so poorly. I can't imagine why the NFL thinks that it's a valid, at least short term solution to this issue. I feel it's this entire situation is really, really bad. We're almost surely headed towards a strike when the contract does expire. Hopefully they can get a deal in place before the beginning of the year, because if they can't, Eric, the first 4 or 5 weeks of the year are going to have the worst officiating you have ever seen in your life, and I can guarantee that. I can assure you, I will lay down my life if that is not the case. It will just be unwatchable football. So that's the newest news from the NFL. I can't believe they think this is a legitimate strategy, but here we are. What are your thoughts? I mean, this is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't reach a deal, man, it's gonna be bad. I remember last time it was terrible, and like you said, refs are already under so much scrutiny these days. If they make one bad call, they feel like, I mean, they're getting berated on social media.
Yeah.
And they know what they're doing. I mean, they make one bad call a game that
Right.
fans say that lost their team the game. If they get replacement refs that are missing, 2, 3 calls a game, and that could actually change a game.
You're
I
right.
mean,
You're right.
it could be an absolute disaster. And the fans would not, the fans wouldn't like it, but it's also not good for football. And it's arguably unsafe because, I mean, if they're missing calls or if they're kind of being a little too like ticky tacky maybe with the calls and calling stuff that maybe should like professional, I guess,
Yeah.
refs wouldn't call. That's where it kind of starts to become a problem where you're getting like conflicting things, and that's not good for the game. Because then what are the rules? If you're calling a pass interference where it's not really pass interference, then the next game, a couple towns over, they're calling pass interference where it maybe should have been or shouldn't have been called or something. And but that already happens now.
Yeah.
But if they don't reach a deal, it's going to be terrible. And I mean, you're going to see every week and every game is just going to be like almost ruined for those, what you said, 5 weeks. Um,
it would probably take the NFL a few weeks to realize, oh shit, we need to pay these people. you know?
yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be, and I understand they do that, like, official, training or whatever in, like, the evaluation program, but whenever that happened in, like, 2009, I think it was, or whatever, 2012, whenever you said,
Yeah, 2012.
um, I mean, it was a complete mess. So, it's just like, at what point does it, like does it stop? Like, how far are they willing to go? Um
Yeah.
It's just I just don't really understand it. And like several owners have come out and talked about just officiating in the past recently, and it's kind of a mess right now, and they want to fix the game. And Roger Goodell has talked about it, and but then if they get these replacement refs or whatever it is, it would just be a million times worse.
And we're thinking about it just from the NFL perspective. Let's think about it from
Right.
the collegiate level too. Guys,
Yes, exactly. But then they'll have to hire
replacement
more.
refs are going to be coming from the collegiate level. And Eric, spoiler alert, they're going to pick all the refs from the SEC and Big Ten because those are the two big conferences right now. So
Exactly.
those games are going to they're going to have to train either new refs or they're going to have to get refs from the other conferences. And I can't imagine the ACC and Big 12 being willing to give up, referees to the conferences that are trying to basically put them out of business. So that would result in the SEC and Big Ten having to train a new generation of refs. And I can guarantee you the new generations are going to miss calls and they're going to make bad calls. So it would make the collegiate games even more poorly officiated than they are. And the collegiate level is not as poorly officiated as the NFL right now, but it's not that
Mm-mm.
far off, dude. It's not that far off. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I can guarantee, like, again, if this happens, they're going to take a lot of refs from the Big Ten, right? And our two teams, Ohio State and Penn State, those our teams are going to get fucked. They're going to get fucked
Yeah, they would.
because they're going to get
They actually would.
both teams are going to get horrible calls directed at them. I guarantee that would happen. So it's just we're only looking at it right now from the NFL perspective. We need to think about the NCAA too because it would negatively affect their games as well. And it would just be a disaster. So please, for the love of God, Goodell, I understand that the refs you're working with right now aren't very good, but if you execute this plan, it will get worse. And if you can't see that, you're a lost cause. You're a lost cause. I mean, we already knew Goodell was a lost cause, but this would just solidify it. So, yeah. Yeah. Just a
Yeah,
mess.
that's a great point to bring up the college game because, like you said, they're going to be taken from the SEC and Big Ten. Because first of all, those are the big two conferences, and second of all, that's more like a pro style game. I mean, you got a lot of
Right.
guys from that conference, from both those conferences, going to the NFL. Like not majority of them, but a lot. Like Ohio State had like 15 guys just on their team drafted just a few years ago in the like last year's draft. So you're getting these guys that maybe they think they see a pro game, but they're not. A pro game is much faster. There's different rules. The one thing that comes to mind during the 2012 lockout was the Fail Mary, the Seattle
Oh,
Seahawks and Green Bay Packers.
I forgot
That was
about
with
that.
replacement referees,
I forgot about that. You're right. I forgot about
where one of them
that.
threw up, it was like intercepted, and one of them thought it was a
Yeah.
touchdown. I mean, it was an absolute
Yeah.
disaster.
Yeah. Wasn't that the one where
So
the two refs called had called a different outcome on the same play? Like on the field, they
yeah,
both saw something different. My God.
well, they were standing right next to each other. One of them threw their arms up for a touchdown, and one of them threw their arms up for like an incompletion or like a touchback or something.
Oh God.
It's like that's what we're going towards again, and that just
Right.
can't happen in today's game. It would just be terrible for the league and terrible for the NCAA too, because like you said, they're gonna have to train more refs, and the refing. I mean, it's a tough job. I get that.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think you should be able to just rush these guys and girls into the NFL like this. I
Yeah.
mean, they should be, this should be like a career destination for them. They should get like life training or
Right.
something. I mean, it's like something needs to happen, and it's just I don't know. If that does happen, it would just be a complete mess for both leagues.
You're right. You're right. Look, we'll put a pin in this story for 2
Yeah.
months. The It's looking like a strike is all but guaranteed, which is a shame. Um, Especially the fact that rhetoric. Side note, Eric, the fact that rhetoric is being used by both sides, that a strike is all but guaranteed, and we're 2 months out. I mean, that says a lot. That's how poorly negotiations are going. That they don't think
Right.
that 2 months is enough time. Um, uh, uh, let's see what happens. We'll put a pin in this once more news comes out about it. But right now, this plan sucks. And good God, make a deal. Good God, make a deal. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, 100%. That's all I have on that story. What about you?
Yep, that's all I have.
Okay, guys, next story of the day. This was a really, really interesting one. So, President Trump, we didn't cover this on the show a few weeks ago when he had the meeting, but he held a panel with a bunch of current and past collegiate athletes, coaches, athletic directors, commissioners, and they all went to the White House and they met with him for a summit to discuss the future of collegiate sports and why collegiate sports are really struggling right now. Um, and this is his response. So he signed an executive order last week that mandates that college athletes can no longer play in college for more than 5 years, and they can only transfer once. So they can't move multiple times, and it's effective as soon as the new season starts. The new NCAA year starts on August 1st because of some of the Olympic sports start around then. So starting on August 1st, these rule changes go into effect. This executive order, rather, comes into effect. And honestly, Eric, this had to be done. A lot of people will have opinions on how this went down, specifically because of the man who signed the order. But that's neither here nor there. We're not talking about that. Let's talk about how this affects the games. Um, the NCAA had to do this, man. How many times have we been complaining, specifically the last year, with all the transfers and all of the, NIL stipulations? It's just been, I mean, look at the discussions we've been having about Trinidad Chambliss. I mean, it's just an absolute mess. It really is. And if we're being totally honest, a move like this had to be made. I think this is good for the sport, man. I think allowing red shirts to still be on teams is needed. I think red shirts are extremely important. I am totally cool with the 5 years. Be going beyond that is just absolutely ridiculous. And again, I think this is absolutely the right move for the future of the sport. I think this is really going to help with team building. I've been complaining the last year that football's almost becoming like college basketball, where you have a team for 1 year, and if you don't succeed that year, you're basically done. And football, basketball that's a whole issue with basketball. I don't want to get into that, but football teams really are reliant on loyalty to each other. And if your players are only there for a year, I mean, there's no team cohesion at all. You can practice as much as you want in July and August, but cohesion will never be what it is in the NFL. So I think this will make the game better. I think this is absolutely the right move for the NCAA. Um, and yeah, I fully support this because the less ridiculous Trinidad Chambliss situations we have, the better PR will be for the NCAA. And honestly, they could use as much good press as they can right now. So I think this is absolutely the right move. There were also an additional part of the executive order that I should have added was that they are going to institute policies at every single major Division I school to help women's and Olympic sports, because a good counter to this was that women's and Olympic sports were getting more support financially than ever before, and that's true. So, um, the policies won't, be in place so that funding cannot be cut from those programs in favor of something like football or basketball. So that's also been stipulated as part of this order, and that will help protect the specific teams that would be negatively affected by these changes to NIL. But this had to be done, Eric. It had to. And yeah, I support this all the way.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I mean, you got guys coming in like Trinidad Chambliss. I think he wants what was it? Did he want a
7.
6-year option?
6 or 7. I wanna say 7. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was something ridiculous like that. And you got guys like Diego Pavia, who's like older than like Bryce Young, who's been in the league for 3 years already,
Yeah.
and he's just coming out of college into the rookie draft. It's like, when does it really end? Like, how long can you stay in college to prove yourself to get to the NFL, where you just have to accept that you're not good enough? If you need 5 years, 5 or 6 years, I understand if you get injured, but if you get 5 or 6 years in the NCAA and you're playing, it's like, what are you doing?
Agreed.
Why are you still here? You're 20, like, and it's not even like that. Like Diego Pavia's year, honestly, last year to me might be a hot take, but it wasn't that impressive because he was so old. He had experience. Um, he's 24 playing against 20, 18, 19-year olds.
Yeah.
Realistically, and him being in the SEC, that's who he's playing against because they're all going to the NFL early. So it's like, what are you doing here
Yeah.
still? And it's just like, so that needed to happen. I will be so happy that I don't have to see another, ninth year tight end from Miami or something.
Same.
'Cause it shouldn't happen. I mean, just give it up, man. Now, what actually I didn't see, but was the rule, like, what if you get injured? Can you play a 5th year? Or no, you just can't at all?
I I didn't see any stipulation regarding injuries.
Yeah. So
I well, yeah, we'll see.
maybe injuries you can come back, which I guess makes sense, but if you're just, like, hopping schools, I like the transfer portal rule too, where you can only do 1 transfer, because that's what it should be. You should find your place, pretty if not immediately. People are these days are just committing to schools for NIL money, and the schools that have a lot of NIL money are getting good teams. Like, look at LSU right now. Look at what Lane Kiffin's doing. Maybe they won't be that good this year, but they'll be good eventually. And like UNC, like we haven't seen a UNC commit really come in too much in the last 5 years. Once Bill Belichick takes over the program, they get a bunch of commits. Now, granted, they sucked, but still, it's kind of like that kind of leverage, to where guys are transferring out once they get their money. I mean, a lot of guys transferred out of UNC this year, which makes sense. They just got their money and left.
Yeah.
I mean, can you blame them? No, but I like the transfer rule, with the 1 transfer. That'll help the game a lot because I'm seeing too many guys, and even 5th-year guys, transfer around and bounce around teams, hoping for either a ring or something. I don't know what it is, or just better experience. But I think you should know, kind of what your team is, and if you prove yourself, then yeah, you can be able to transfer. But you shouldn't transfer just for no reason, I feel like, and that will limit it a lot. So I like that rule. I like both of these rules, honestly. I'm so glad I don't have to hear about another 7th-year player older than Justin Herbert
Yeah.
coming into the draft.
Yeah. Completely agree. I co-sign everything you just said. I find this entire thing absolutely absurd, but
Yeah.
the fact that it came to this point says a lot. The NCAA got greedy, and it was getting absurd, and it was really harming the sport. So I'm glad it's at least starting to get fixed. So it's a good step in the right direction. There's obviously, you could argue, a lot more work to be done, but again, this is a good start. And it had to be done. So yeah, I am all in favor of it.
Yep, me too.
That's all I have on that story. What about you?
Yep.
Okay, guys, last story of this episode. I honestly thought that this was an April Fool's joke, and then I realized that this story came out on March 30th, so we were a day too early. Excuse me, 2 days too early. I still thought it was April Fool's, though. The NFL has agreed to launch a flag football league. You heard that right. I am not making that up. And not only that, it is for men and women, and somehow they're going to find an army of women to participate in this flag football league. I'm very curious to see who they get for that. Listen to the Eric. I didn't see all the names. Let me go down the list of the people who have invested in this new league. Okay. Joe Montana,
Yep.
Steve Young,
Oh,
Larry Fitzgerald, Peyton and Eli,
of course.
those two, of course, Tom Brady,
Oh my.
and Russell Wilson. Okay, these individuals, they are Hall of Famers. Well,
Russell Wilson. What?
yeah, well, they're not all. Russell Wilson isn't a Hall of Famer, but a large number of the people I just gave you are Hall of Famers.
I was surprised that he's like in it.
Yeah, they are. They have all invested money in this league. They have all invested money in this league, and they are going to actually support this. They are planning on launching this league around the Olympics in 2028, where, of course, flag football will debut as an Olympic sport.
Oh my man! I mean, this is just. It really is something else. What is happening to the game we love, man?
Exactly. That's what I told.
This season, especially
like sad. It's sad. Sad.
Like especially this offseason, we've just seen an uptick in just absolute just ridiculousness throughout the league. It's like a joke.
You're right.
I understand it's the entertainment business. I understand you're trying to make some quick cash. And that's the way to do it. People want to see these guys. I mean, not me particularly, but people want to see these guys play, I guess. Tom Brady, I mean, I'm sure. Because that little social media thing he did with like Logan Paul or something, that flag football thing like blew up on social media. I don't know. I don't really understand it, to be honest, because it's like, I mean, it's just money, but yeah, it's like why? But then again, it's just money. So that's the why. There's really there's no good actual logical reason behind this of why they want to play football or whatever.
Yeah.
They just want money. That's all it is. And people are going to watch it because they want to see how Tom Brady goes against Joe Montana in a flag football game. And that's the football that's the game that we know and love, Danny. That's what this has come to.
You're right.
We're going to be watching flag football in 2028 in the Olympics.
Yeah, in the Olympics. But let me ask a follow-up question. Do you honestly believe that a large number of people will watch this?
That's a good question.
Like, if you're
because it might start to be, I think it's just going to be like the Pro Bowl games where like nobody really cares, to be honest.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it'll be the Pro Bowl.
But I think it's enough. Like, I don't know though, because there's like still playing. I think it's enough. There'll be enough like kind of fair weather football fans that just kind of like the game and miss football, I guess, in the summer. Well, they'll throw it on. But like people like actually following this, I can't really see it unless the Olympic team, which I don't even know who's going to be on it, if it's like NFL players or what, but if they'll like go far or something. I mean, I guess it'll be interesting to watch. Like I'll probably watch not watch, but I'll like watch a play or two, you know, and just feel it out. But I'm not going to sit there and watch like 7 games or whatever of this if it's not interesting. I mean, I could be proven wrong. It could be interesting. It's just like, I don't know. It's just weird for the game. Like why flag football all of a sudden?
You're right. And like, look, obviously summer leagues can be successful. A lot of them haven't
look at
worked
the NBA.
out. Yeah, a lot of them haven't worked out. You know, the UFL, the AFL. I mean, there's a million examples, right? But those teams obviously didn't have substantial NFL talent. This one would, but, and this is a big but. The fundamentals of the game are largely going to be lost. I mean, with having no contact, I can't imagine a large number of football fans sitting in their house in the middle of July, right, on a July night, and say to themselves, man, I need it to be September. I need football in my life, and they turn on flag football between the Seattle Gophers and the oh God and the Minnesota. Let's come up with a stupid name because this is a stupid idea. They deserve a stupid name.
I don't even. It's so stupid. I can't even come up with a name.
It's just whatever. Seattle versus Minnesota. I can't imagine the casual football fan doing that. The
I
key
can
to the
see.
NFL
Well,
success, Eric, the key to the NFL success is that you obviously have your hardcore base, but they have so many casual viewers.
yeah.
So many. I would guess that only hardcore football fans would watch this. And even then, I think a large number of them would be like you and me, where they see that it's a joke and they don't watch it. So I just don't see a reality where casuals, emphasis on casuals, watch this. I just don't see it. I don't.
I don't know. I feel like I kind of disagree. I feel like the casual fan would want to watch it more because you and me, I mean, we think it's stupid. Because it's
Yeah,
like why would I turn this on? But for the casual fan, I feel like that's kind of what they're more appealing to. Um
maybe.
just because it's like, oh, football's on, like let's like check this. It's like the XFL, like, oh, let's check this new league out or whatever. With who I don't do we know if there's like NFL players in it? Is it just like random people? Like who is in this like flag football like Olympic team?
They
Do
have
we
not.
know any of this?
They have not officially announced it. I mean, it's widely assumed because of his enthusiasm during the press conference at the Pro Bowl games that Joe Burrow would be the quarterback. Um, NFL
With like what, a bunch of like plumbers and like
exactly. I don't know. I
electricians?
don't know who his receivers would be, but the NFL is because it's flag football. The NFL will be allowing their players to go.
Interesting. I mean, I don't know. I guess but I don't know. I just don't really feel. And for the Olympics, it's like if you really do seriously get NFL players in this, the USA is going to win every single time.
You're right.
You can't unless you get some like, well, I guess it doesn't even matter because if you get some like rugby guy in there, he can't do anything because he can't hit anybody. It's flag football.
You're right.
I
You're
mean,
right.
what is the appeal to this? Is it just the USA is just going to win every game because some 5'2" Italian guy can't tackle Jamar Chase?
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
like he can't. I don't care how good this dude from France is. He's not shifty enough to get, Justin Jefferson.
You're right.
It's over. I mean, it's over before it started. So maybe like I feel like it would just be an unfair advantage almost. It's different with the NBA and like the Olympics where it's like NBA players, a lot of the NBA is from overseas, like
Right.
Spain, France,
Yeah.
Slovenia or whatever. So that's more fair because you're getting a lot of like fair games with NBA guys in them. But with the NFL, it is mostly guys from the United States and maybe some Canada.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There's some like Australian punters, but that's it. A punter can't catch a football and throw it. So it's like, I don't really see what the appeal is for the Olympic Games. And then this new league is just, I don't know. It's just I don't really understand it. I feel like I just can't wrap my head around it because it's just so stupid.
Yeah.
And like who's gonna watch this stuff?
Yeah. And you hit the nail on the head too. What made the Winter Olympic Games that just happened so good for hockey? The NHL
Right,
the
exactly.
Canada produces a ton of NHL talent. So
Yes,
you got two different teams, and everyone knew that would be the final. And we were so excited to watch that game, and it was an amazing game. No matter what the
yeah,
outcome was, it was going to be spectacular. It was an NHL All-Star game where the players actually cared. I mean, it was incredible.
exactly.
And that's not the case with the NFL. I mean, the NBA and NHL have a lot of well, Canada's not overseas, but out of country talent, right? Foreign talent.
Yeah,
But no, there's barely anyone who plays football outside of America. It's literally out. Let's put it this way, Eric. Outside of America, football is not called football because soccer is football.
right. That's a
Well,
great point.
I just can't imagine that a team from the Netherlands is going to be able to put together.
No, dude, it's over. It's already. I can already tell you who's going to be raising up that gold medal if they allow NFL players in there.
You're right.
It
No, they
just
are.
won't
The
be
NFL,
fair.
the players are in. They're in. The NFL said yes because it's non-contact. The America's won. It's already over. It's done. Give them the gold medal.
It's done.
So
Exactly.
it's just ridiculous. This whole thing, and now we're adding a league to it. This turned into an Olympics discussion, a good one.
It did. No, yeah, it
Not
did. But
disputing it, but I mean, there's a reason the discussion went this way. I just think the whole thing is absolutely ridiculous, and I think adding a league, another league to it is just, again, adding fuel to a fire that really did not need to be created. So, really unfortunate situation. I am sad that this is the way it went. But yeah, we'll see how it develops. We'll see once they announce more information about it. We will discuss it on this show, and we'll probably laugh at it. So stay tuned for a future episode because we're gonna have a field day with it.
yeah,
yeah, terrible,
so stupid, man.
terrible idea. That's all I have on that. What about you?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, guys, that is it for this episode of the Catching the Facts podcast here on the Catching the Facts official podcast network. As always, we will be posting in 2 weeks, continuing our off-season bi-weekly schedule. In 2 weeks, we will be posting on Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, we do post on both YouTube and Spotify. Please like, comment, follow, and subscribe to us on both platforms. It really helps spread word about the show, and Eric and I are both extremely appreciative of your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Eric, do you have anything to add before we go?
Yeah, just keep watching and comment and subscribe and like the video. Yeah, and just stay tuned for more because they've got the draft coming up.
Yep.
So it'll be exciting.
Yep. Guys, we will be posting our next episode. Will be hitting YouTube and Spotify the day before the first round. So the next episode will be another small recap. And then after that, we have big plans for how we're going to cover the draft. We're still finalizing stuff, so we'll reveal it on next week's show. But we have big plans for the draft. We're really excited to cover it. We have yet to cover the draft on Catching the Facts. We didn't get to cover the draft on the previous iteration of our show. So
Right.
I know I'm very excited about it. I'm sure, Eric, you're very excited about it as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, it's especially because, it's being held here in the neck of the woods that we call home. So that'll be even better. Yeah, we'll cover the draft when we get there. Until then, stay tuned in 2 weeks for another off-season recap episode. Until then, I'm your host, Dan Sisk.
And I'm Eric Schroeder.
And we'll see you then.